What's poppin', guys? My name's Julian Arujo and welcome back to Garden State Barbecue. Today, we're gonna be doing something super simple, super special. We're doing a Colombian-esque empanada with a barbecue twist. Stick around. Only a little bit of a mess. We've got some battle wounds, so let's season up our chuck roast. Let's get it going. Lid in there. Away. Give it the old scrape. All right, guys, so we're gonna let that chuck roast smoke out in the open like that for maybe about 2 hours or so. Gonna hang the Dutch oven, put the veggies inside the Dutch oven, put the beer inside the Dutch oven, put the meat on top of the Dutch oven, put the lid on, and then let that go for probably about 3 hours or so. I'll catch you guys then. All right, folks, it's time. Chuck roast has been humming away for about 2.5 hours or so, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'll show you what veggies we're using. I'll save you guys the boredom of watching me chop them up. But all right, so in this bowl I have basically whatever I could find in my fridge, essentially. So we're going for that Chicago beef style, but I have carrots in here, I have onion, I have a little bit of bell pepper, mushrooms, I have a whole red onion, 6 cloves of fresh garlic. So we're gonna put this all in the cast iron Dutch oven. We're gonna hang that all in the drum with the lid on, and we're gonna let that go for about 5 hours or so, maybe less depending on what temperature the pit's running at. And then again, those last maybe 2 hours or so, we're gonna throw the potatoes in there so they just don't get overdone, and then we'll show you what we do from there. So let's pull this guy out. Cover this back up so this doesn't flame up too much, and we'll get that grate out. As I said before, folks, I have here the chuck roast. Let's get it hung on this pit so that meat can get nice and tender. And that's it. Let's get the lid back on and let this thing go for a few hours. All right, so we will let this go for maybe about 2-3 hours. Then we'll add our potatoes in. But the pit's running pretty hot. You know what? We'll let this go for about 2 hours, and then we'll add the potatoes in and let it go for about another hour from there. So yeah, let's let this thing do its thing, and we'll check back in a little bit. Let me show you how we have this thing hung in there. And it's also been about 1.5 hours, so I just want to make sure there's plenty of moisture in there. Nothing too crazy going on. Oh, that's looking nice. Smelling wonderful. Plenty of liquid in here. I never added any salt, so season our liquid. And also, don't forget too, we got potatoes going in here, so that's going to absorb a lot of it as well. roughly in about half hour or so. I'll add the potatoes. As I approach the cooker, the smell emitting from it is just spectacular. Lose some in the fire, in the pit, and it'll be a deal. All right, that looks good. Lid back on. All right, guys, potatoes are in. I'm gonna let those go for about an hour. No sense of bringing you guys back out. What I'm gonna do is I'll catch you guys inside when I pull this off to strain the liquid out, mash that filling together with the meat and the potatoes and all those vegetables. We're gonna strain the liquid out because that's what we're gonna use for our empanada dough or masa. So I'll catch you guys inside when this is coming off. Yeah, see that. I'll strain this even further, but for now, throw some sazon in here for some additional flavor and color. Okay. That meat should just break up on its own. Should use a bigger bowl. Meat all broken down, so each empanada has a little bit of meat. The smell of that IPA really comes through. Wasn't recording. Oops. That's right. Dump the rest of that broth out through a strainer because this is what we're going to use to make our masa. This is going to be our liquid component. So we have our broth and our bowl to make our dough. I'm going to do the same thing here, add a little bit of sazon to the broth, give it that color, that flavor. Now it's traditionally done with yellow masa, yellow corn, following the instructions per the packet. 2 cups of the masa, so 1 1/4 cups liquid water. Yeah, I think we'll be fine actually. Nice Play-Doh-like consistency. Alright guys, we have all of our components. All that's left to do now is let everything just hang out overnight. I want that filling to completely cool down, and I don't think any of this will hurt from having a day to just combine, including our empanada dough. So I will catch you guys tomorrow when we assemble and fry these bad boys. I'll catch you then. All right, folks, it is now the next day. Our dough, I rolled it up into that ball, put it in the fridge, wrapped it in cellophane. Took it out, I went ahead and made a few balls. Don't be so preoccupied or so concerned about the size, because the excess around the outside of the, the formed empanada will just go right back into the pot essentially to form more dough. I have our tortilla press. I have our filling that I went ahead and allowed to come up to room temperature. So let's just get it going. Let's keep it simple. It's a little rainy outside, so we're doing this inside today. Again, so here's our bowl. As simple as just getting in the press. You want to line your press to keep things clean and make it easier to work with. Give it a nice press. Take a look. Shift it over a little bit. You really want your filling to be room temperature. You don't want it to be like ice cold. If you're not a fan of corn tortillas, you know, or this corn masa, make a flour-based empanada. So we got this laid out like so. We're gonna take a bit of our filling. Give it the old fold. Now with this corn masa, you don't want to push the sides down because you'll split the dough. So you just want to gently allow it to fall over, bring it to, you know, touch all the filling. Something like that. Okay. Grab yourself a bowl, which I have here, and I, you know, just brushed it with a little bit of oil just to make things easier. Choosing a size bowl that will correspond, you know, with the size of empanadas you want. Give it a good old press like that, and this is what I meant before. So take your excess and you're gonna be able to form. And another thing too with the corn, it dries out pretty quickly. So as I'm working on one or whatever, just keep this wrapped. Anyway, all right, something like that. And we'll go ahead and fry these up. So I'm gonna make all of these and I'll catch you guys. Just like that, our empanadas are done. Like I said, all of them are not perfect. If you're starting to get some cracking, you know, check first to make sure they're not too thin. Secondly, I dip my finger in some water, you know, and you can kind of mend the crack and stuff like that. So let's fry some of these bad boys up and give them a taste. All right, folks, we're looking for 350. Almost there, almost there. Bit of a shallow fry, which is fine. Give them a flip. That looks nice. The sazon in the, you know, masa really gives it that vibrant yellow color, more traditional Colombian, you know. And the filling too is like I had said, you have those banana peppers in there, so you do get the Chicago beef vibe, but it's also very reminiscent of like a pot roasty kind of beef stew with the carrots and everything else in there. So that's what we're looking for. All right, guys, let's give these bad boys a taste. You know, I didn't make an ají or anything like that. These would go great with a little ají, a little guacamole, a little hot sauce. Let's take a look at what these guys look like. So, look at that. Cheers. So, the potatoes are slightly al dente. You know, I don't know if I should have put them on a little bit earlier. Bursting with flavor, you get that barbecue, smoky, you know, again, open pit flavor. Guys, you have to hang your Dutch oven over a coal fire, because if you don't, then you can't replicate this now. But, you know, that was cool. It made it interesting for sure. You could always bring it inside or put it in your oven for that last portion after you get some smoke flavor on your, or you can even do this in a slow cooker. Little Chicago beef-esque, again, like I said before, with those banana peppers in there. You know, all the pickling juice went right into the pot with it. Tomatoes, red onion, plenty of garlic. It's, like I said, bursting with flavor. It's got a beef stew, pot roast elements to it as well with the carrots. It's really good. I want to try some hot sauce. Go buy, you know, those Goya, you know, Mexican style, whatever you want. See if I can bring that in. A little bit of hot sauce in there. That's banging. Gotta try this with that hot sauce. It's really good. Adds another little flavor. Like I said, you can even do like an ají, a pico with this. Something lime. You can even do a demi-glaze, like a really thick, kind of a jus style sauce. With the corn, you get a slightly crispy exterior, soft, supple interior, traps all the moisture. Even if you get little cracks, it doesn't like blow apart. I have some here that had little splits and cracks and stuff like that. That's good. And allowing that filling to sit in the fridge overnight really brings the flavor together. Make sure you're tasting this throughout the process. Those potatoes are gonna absorb a lot of salt. You know, season meat well. Season your veggies. Season that vegetable and liquid mixture with the beer too. I used an IPA for this recipe, so it gave it a nice, it added to that tang. You can use any kind of beer. If you don't want to use beer, use beef stock, use chicken stock. That's fine. Just use any type of liquid. We're looking to build that flavor. You guys know the deal. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, save this post, hit that notification bell so when I post new videos, you guys already know what's going on. And I will see you on the next one.